Hey everyone, it's F from Passpoint One Comics, and are you ready for my next video? But first, my introduction. Okay, I'm back. So, as usual, whomever watches these videos, I always appreciate it. I enjoy doing these videos. Comic books have been a long time passion of my life, and I just like talking about. I've decided to start doing YouTube videos. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, I decided to start doing videos more on a regular basis of comic books mostly. I try to do interviews. If somebody would interview on my channel, I'd appreciate it. I've done some already. I like going to comic book stores and showing inside the store. When I call comic book stores or I send them a message, hey, would you mind me, taping inside your store? I'm trying to set up some more. I live in the San Diego area. And today's video, and as usual, if you hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, I'd appreciate it. I'm at 480 subscribers as of today, knock on wood. Once I hit 500, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. But I decided to do my video for today focusing on commissions that I've gotten throughout the years. When I first started collecting comic books, obviously I would just collect the actual comic book that it came out on, whatever, Marvel, DC, whomever. If I liked the comic book, I would buy it. Years ago, I don't know, over 5, 6, 7 years ago, I started noticing some books that had like just blank covers, and I was like, what are these blank covers? Is it just a blank cover? I mean, what's the purpose of this? I had never bought in a commission. I had no idea, what they were about or how to get one. I asked somebody in a convention, hey, what's the blank cover for? I was just curious. He goes, oh, I'm having a commission done by an artist. I went, oh, okay, thanks. I shouldn't have asked, because I've gotten a lot of them since then. The texture of blank covers are where an artist can actually draw on it. It's not the regular type covers, obviously, from comic books. There is a rougher texture to it, which allows a artist to draw on a comic book cover. So I bought some blank covers, and I was going, God, who do I want to get? I noticed Todd Nauck. Todd, I've gotten some of your commissions since then. But, me not knowing anything about it, I would just walk up to his booth or when he was at a comic book convention, and obviously I wasn't the only person who wanted a commission from him. And every time I would go to his booth, he would always be, he can only do a certain amount, per day. So I went, okay. So I had to get the idea of how to do it. You have to get there early at a comic book convention. And he has a sign-up sheet, and you would just put your name down, and if he had enough space, he would do a commission. I started talking to him, because he's a really nice guy, by the way. And he says, I have a list that if you send me an email, I could put you on your list. And that took a couple of years, because he does that at home or his office, and he takes more of his time of doing a commission. Most of the time when you go to a convention, if you have an artist do a commission for you, it's done in a couple of days or a day. But when they do it at home, they take their time, and to me at least, they put more into it because they have more time. So like I said, I was figuring out the ins and outs of how to, ask for a commission. So I was put on his mailing list, and it took years, but I did finally get it done. And here's the very first one I had by Todd Nauck. I believe it's the first one. Yeah, it should be. It's Princess Leia. I thought he did a fantastic job on this, and I was hooked. So I talked to him about this cover, and I go, hey, would you mind doing something on the back also? And he did this, like full figure of Princess Leia. So after he did it for me, I got CGC, and they gave it a yellow label, and I got a 9.8. And I've gotten a couple more from Todd Nauck since then. He's always busy, which is good for him. So I had to, but then I noticed that he was on Twitter a lot, and he would just randomly put posts of books that he has drawn. Nobody has commissioned it. He just draw it. Then I asked him, "Are these for sale?" And he said, "Yes, but you have to send me an email, and the first come, first serve, basically." So since then, I've gotten this one of Kitty Pryde and Lockheed. Hopefully there's not too much of a glare. And the next one I got from Todd is the Beast, the way he used to look when he first started on the X-Men and how he looks now, basically. And this one just came in the mail like yesterday, so I'm able to do a put it in part of this video. And I haven't gotten CGC'd, but I will in the future. This one is of She-Hulk. I love his artwork. So whenever I see him put a post on Twitter, I reach out to him. If I like the cover, I'm gonna say, "Hey, how much is it worth?" Either we'll send it to CGC directly, or which I plan to do with this one, but at a later date. So like I said, after that, I started getting more and more into commissions. I was reaching out to other artists. A lot of these artists I just found in Artist Alley, where artists set up at conventions and they do commissions. And I was just happened to be walking by this one artist, and same scenario. I mean, he was just a nice guy. I started chatting with him. I admired his artwork. I'd never heard of him before, but I'm a big fan now. It's Livio Ramondelli. And I recently sent him 4 books. These aren't the first books he did for me. I'll show you which ones are. But these, I sent it to him, and then he submitted it to CGC on my behalf, and that's how I got a yellow label. A yellow label. That means that it's witnessed, and if it's not a yellow label, they give it, I think, a green label. That means they didn't witness the artist drawing that or signing it. But this one is Mighty Thor #1. It's from, he signed and sketched it in January of 21. This book came out in 2011. I asked him if he can draw the Destroyer from Thor, and he did. And this other one is, these are all still Livio Ramondelli. It's New Mutants Facsimile Edition number 98. I asked him if he could draw a Sentinel on this one. Hang on for a second, let me get my She-Hulk out of the way. Don't want it crushed by the other books. So the next one he did for me is Star Wars Bounty Hunters #1. It's like I said, these are still Livio Ramondelli. I asked him if he can do the Bounty Hunter IG-88. And the last one he did for me is Star Wars Dr. Aphra. These killer droids were introduced, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago. And I asked him if he could draw them for me. He did. This is like one of my favorite covers. But I still have some more Livios. Like I said, we just started talking when I see him at a convention. And he drew this for me. Like I said, sometimes they draw at their office or their studio. Sometimes they draw right at the convention center. He did this one of X-23 for me. And this one is of Ahsoka. Yeah, I like commissions. I mean, they always, these are one of a kind. I mean, they're not cheap, but they are one of a kind. Well, it depends on the artist. There's different pricing for different artists. This next one is Amazing Spider-Man #1. It came out in 2014. It was signed and sketched by Jamie Tyndall at Los Angeles Comic Con. And we have another one by Jamie. It's X-Men #1. This is of a Psylocke. I look for artists, and if I see they do commissions, and if I like their artwork, I reach out to them and ask them. And this is before you go to a convention. Hey, are you going to be at this convention? What are your pricing? And then I get commissions done by them. Case in point, at San Diego Comic Con about 5 years ago, 6 years ago already, gosh. I had these two done by Elias Chad Zodis, signed and sketched. This is of X-23. And this is X-Men 92 #1. This was done also at San Diego Comic-Con by the same artist, Elias. I'm not going to butcher his last name, so I'm just going to say Elias. This is of Kitty Pryde and Lockheed. Okay, I got another stack here for you. I try to, choose artists that I really appreciate their artwork when I ask for commissions. Because it is quite costly. It could run into the hundreds of dollars, some of these commissions, so, or more. It depends on how famous the artist is or how much they want to charge. People are willing to pay for them, and I'm one of them. So this next one is X-Men #1, signed and sketched by Adam and Andy Kubert back in 2015 as Jean Grey and Wolverine on the cover. Okay, so when the first time I was looking for Todd Nauck, the first convention that I was trying to get a commission from him, I couldn't get it because I didn't know how his scheduling was, so I had to learn the tricks and trades of that. But I was in Artist Alley and I seen this artist there, and I'm so glad I did. He does fantastic work. I've done more than one from him. His name is Jason Metcalf. The first one he did was of Spider-Gwen. This was, I believe, at WonderCon in Anaheim. So I really liked his work, and I said, hey, can you do this commission for me? And he said yes, and I've been getting from him on a regular basis. Most of the time when I go to conventions now, I say hi, Jason. But just like I said, all of these artists that I have had direct contact with have always been so nice to me. I mean, I think they appreciate that us as fans, like going to them for commissions. So this is the very first one he did for me, Spider-Gwen. Now this one really, to me, I must admit, this is like my favorite commission of all time. I know I say I have my favorite comic book, my favorite movie, but this one, when I took it to CBCS and they took a look at it, they were just, to hand it in, to get it encapsulated, they were, the two gentlemen that I dropped it off with, they went, wow, this is a commission. It looks so awesome. It's a Boba Fett. This is from 2016. And yeah, this is my favorite. I really love this cover. It's an awesome looking cover. And it came back on 9.8, which makes me happy. Okay, so I got a couple more from Jason. This is the Amazing X-Men. Has X-23 on the cover. I like how he added the red on her belt, if you can see it. This is another one from Jason, but it's a Star Wars one. It's Princess Leia. So a recurring theme when he does X-Men covers for me on Jason or any other artist, I ask the artist for the actual X that's on their belt or on their shirt if they can draw it in red, the X. I just decided to ask them to do that, and they've always said yes, they would do that. And you can see right here, the X is in red. This one is of Magic. One thing about asking an artist for a commission, you can, you tell them basically what character you want drawn it. And if they can draw, they will draw it. Case in point, this is another one from Jason, but I asked him if he can do a Venomized version of the Human Torch. He said, yeah, I've never done that before, so that'd be interesting, So I'm glad he liked my idea. So, like I said, a lot of these artists I find on social media, Instagram or Twitter. This one I'm so glad that I did. Another one I keep an eye on whenever she has a space available. If I have the cash available, I'll ask her if she can do a commission. She did 4 of them for me. I ordered 4 of them. It took a long time to get there. I went, I communicated with her manager, JB. And he said, okay, here's what we have to do. I sent her the comic book. She lives in the, I sent her the blank covers. And then she, in turn, after she was done, I gave her the proper paperwork. She forwarded to CGC so they could give it a yellow label. And these four, I'm gonna show you the last one last, obviously, because it's my favorite. I thought there were more. Hang on for a second here. Oh. Okay, I thought there were four. Well, there are 3 or 4 of them. So this is Psylocke from X-Men. The next one is Black Cat from Amazing Spider-Man 789. This last one was not the last one from Colette Turner, but it's my favorite of the ones she did for me all at once, so to speak. Is X-Men 92 is Savage Land Rogue. This, along with the Star Wars one from Jason, I went, wow, this is such an awesome looking cover. And I forgot to tell her to put the, I just noticed, I don't think there was space for her to put an X in red here. But I really like this cover a lot. So this whole communication happened to her with us on basically on Instagram. I would send JB messages and ask him for updates. They were always on time. They were very nice to me, and I thank them, especially Colette, so much for this commissions. Now this one, I didn't ask for this commission, but she every now and then, like Todd Nog, they just post books, and people ask, are these books available? And basically, she had 4 books, and and then she randomized whoever got the books had first choice, and I got this one from Colette Turner. It's Polaris. So yeah, sometimes I didn't ask for this commission, but I liked it, and I asked her if it was available. She did. I paid a certain price, and it went from there. My next one, I want these to fall over, is this one's I got at San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of it, like I said, you communicate with the artist. Hey, are you going to be at a certain convention? Can you draw this for me? I'll pick it up at the convention. This is from Adi Granov. Is a picture of the original Wasp. Like she came out like in the 1960s. Her outfit at that time. Another nice artist who I've talked to on a regular basis, I've got a few of them here, is John Boy Meyer. He's done 2 of them for me. First one is of Rocket Raccoon and Groot. This next one is also by John Boy Myers. It's of Wonder Woman. Next up, I got a few from San Diego Comic-Con back in 2016. It's from Jose Veriz. This is the Superior Spider-Man #1. It's a one of Silk. Another one from Jose is Kitty Pryde, X-23, and Lockheed. And this one is of Princess Leia when she was in her slave outfit. As I stated before, and this is the last one, I ask artists, can they draw a character a certain way? You give them your ideas, and they say, yeah, I can do it that way. So this is X-23, but she's a cyborg, basically. Like I said, I don't think this should be probably one of a kind. I don't think he's ever done this for anybody else before. The idea just popped in my head. X-23, adamantium, like Wolverine. But I said, can you draw this character as a cyborg? And he said, yeah, it's a good idea. So, we go back and forth at least I do, when I talk to artists, hey, can you do it this way? Can you do it that way? And if they're willing to, they do. If they say, I can't do it that way, we try to come up with a different idea of what I am looking for. So this is the last one, though. And I said, I really like this cover also. I like them all. So I'm not going to lie. So I'm not sure what my next commission will be. Like I said, sometimes artists just post stuff randomly. I didn't ask for it, but if I like it, I'll try to put a bid in for it. And if I win it, great. If I don't, I'll get other commissions some other time. So I hope you liked this video. These were just, like I said, commissions that I've gotten throughout the years. I never planned to get commissions. I seen one. I went, wow, that's a great idea. And next thing I know, I got all these. And I'm sure I'm probably gonna get some more in the future. But like I said, as usual, whomever watches my videos, I always appreciate it. I don't know if you noticed my shirt, but it's an Iron Man shirt, but it has SF in the back for San Francisco Giants. They're in the playoffs. They won their first game yesterday. So by the time you see this video, hopefully will have advanced and go on to the World Series. If not, but we will see. Okay, I don't want to jinx them or anything like that. But once again, this is Efren, Passport One Comics. Whomever watches my videos, like I said, I always appreciate it. I love doing these videos. They become a part of me. I do them at least 1 or 2 a week. If you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, leave them. If you want to see a specific video, if I can do it, I will try to do it. But everybody, until then, everybody be safe and take care.